here we go. So, don't tell me, fuck, wait, my browser break. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, so, today, I'm gonna do some, fuck, what am I doing? Give me a minute. So I'm gonna do some tweaks to my website, right? And mainly, actually, mainly, I have this wiki written, right? It's pretty small, but good enough, I guess, right? And I want to move it out. Actually, it's gonna be just in content. And this way, I plan to add. Where do I start? Okay, so there is like this scene called Obsidian, by which I was hugely inspired, right? Not this one. This one is like Markdown Note Taker, right? And there is this cool feature, which is like, it's not kind of unique, but when you build everything around it, it feels really good. So they made it so your nodes are basically a graph, right? So you have nodes and they reference each other in the text in the body. And why do I hear myself? Oh, I have sound turned on. When they reference other pages, it gets automatically detected, and you have this beautiful graph of which relates pages to each other, right? And that's something I want to do on my website. So, for instance, about it's gonna be like be a separate page, but there are gonna be some links to other pages, and instead of notes, they're gonna be, I guess, wiki probably. I'm not sure. Okay, for now, I guess it's gonna be a wiki, but if I'll change my mind, I'll rename it. But should I? It means I'll not be able to rename to change URL because it's not gonna be backward compatible. But I guess it doesn't really matter. So let's run it locally, first of all. Let's run it locally. Oh, I opened it in the wrong browser. Let's close this one for now. Yeah. Okay, for some reason my internet was down for a few minutes. For a few seconds, I guess. But it seems to be good now. Is it? Yeah, it's good. Let's get here. Where is about page? Okay, it has separate folder, which I don't really like. Let's move it here. Right? So it's gonna be, everything's gonna be in the root. It's gonna reference each self. I'm not sure. Hello, fathers. Hello. What are you doing with my name? Why is it AKZIM? I'm deeply offended. Is it offense? Yeah, it's probably offense. Anyway, just kidding. So, I don't know. Like this job, it's so demanding. Like I came home, like I guess an hour and a half ago, right? And then I was cooking turkey, right? Because I don't have meat anymore, and I need proteins. And while I was cooking, it was already like 7:30, and I have to stream, but I have only half an hour left. So here we are. That day, the team I support on Valorant lost. No way, you support some team on Valorant? I don't believe you. It sounds like another rage bait. Okay, so like I'm doing wiki. I was just explaining. So I'm not more than sure that you know Obsidian, right? I'm going on a hard diet and hard workout routine No, I swear. Oh, you mean you swear about Valorant? Okay. Was it Vitality? Because it would like explain a lot. But like, going hard diet and hard workout, huge W. Like honestly, I plan to do the same, right? Like my diet is already pretty good. I don't eat sugars. I don't like unnatural sugars, right? Like additive sugars. I don't eat any like fat food with huge amount of fats. I guess that's how I should put it. And the only thing that left is like to work out, and I want to sign up for bouldering, right? Because I tried bouldering several times, and it's so cool, it's so interesting. I think it's gonna be a really great experience. Job life, yeah, I mean, it's like it's kind of sad, but at the same time I can't say it's bad, right? Like honestly, I can't. It's not. I'm absolutely not in the mood, you know, to like fall in depression. But it's also not like I'm about to celebrate. It's so weird. I'm gonna try to walk 10 kilometers at least a day. W. I mean, how many time is gonna take? So like if you like, I usually walk with a speed of 10 minutes per kilometer, right? So it's like an hour and a half walking every day. It's huge. We can call and go on walk if you want. We can call and go on walk. I'm kind of confused. Do you mean like? I'm kind of confused. I mean, I would understand if you would say we can call or we can go walk, but we can call and go walk. And now my brain just refuses. Like me and you call on Discord and go walk. Oh, you mean okay. I mean, we can, but like, I don't think. Like, actually, wait. No, this should be pretty good. Yeah. We have to. It's so hard. Okay. We have to. Like, I agree, but we have to come to an agreement on time, okay? And I'm more than glad to agree. I'm already agreeing. I'm more than glad to. You got the point. Because I saw on your website you typed I need to walk more. Okay. But like, I woke at 5:30, right? It's like 5:30. I wake up at 5:30 and like 5:40 I'm going to walk. Is it okay for you? Okay, so yes, time is the hardest thing because when I follow my routine, I walk at 4 a.m. Oh, it's good. It's great. Like I wake at 5:30, right? So we probably, I mean, it depends on which time you're gonna walk. Amazing. Okay, nice. So like, I guess how easy? Just a thought. How easy it is to dox us based on this conversation? It should not be like there anything, right? There is like, I mean, it probably gives some information. Does it? I mean, my location is like was how do you call it? Was known for a long time already, but the only info you have is a time zone. Yeah, that's what I thought. But it's like public info, so okay. Okay, I have these pages. I have to make sure that they are rendered. Pages. Fuck, it's not. About. Okay, so it doesn't work this way, right? I have content. Where do I render content? Content config.ts. Okay, so about blog. I don't want it that way. I want everything in a root. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna wipe code it. Have I risk of leaking everything? Probably not, right? I mean, I risk to leak my history, but I don't really care, to be honest. Please. Fuck. Damn, I wish I had enough strength to configure NeoVim. Because like I'm usually using, wait, the fuck? No, stop it. Wait, is it the fuck? I feel like a grandma which like doesn't know what she's doing. The new image is funny. Thanks. I think it's like it's kinda, you know, like it's really kind. It's like it's this warm light. I'm smiling and just like doing. I think it's pretty good. Actually, like the story behind it, I was basically what I was doing, right? There is this playlist on YouTube Music, which is basically all the music I listen to, right? Which I can't listen to on stream because it's copyright, right? But it's like publicly available, and I thought like I should make a preview, right? And obviously the name Extreme Proofs, and I thought like I'll just do this photo, and it was like pretty good, and I thought like, well, I guess I'll use it in more locations than just in my playlist. Yeah, I'm not focused. I'm eating pizza right now. W diet. I mean, what's wrong about pizza? I mean, except fats, right? I guess. Like it's empty calories, but I'm not sure if it means anything if you're like keeping fit, right? If you're like doing any sport. You fixed the second monitor, by the way. Yeah, it was NVIDIA driver. I like when I changed it to true, like when I changed open to true, it suddenly worked. To be honest, I'm just calculating my calories, so I'm chilling. Yeah, that's I think like there's definitely a lot of true about this like type of calories like fats and so on, but I think it's so overblown, right? It's not that important. You have like to just like can't count calories to make sure that you don't eat some like real garbage. Other than that, I think it's like not that hard to eat. Okay, right? Good enough to eat good enough. Okay, I have to wipe code it. It's actually not gonna wipe code it because Astro.js. I remember I was trying to wipe code it, and this content theme, right? Content management theme. Fuck, how? This one. It's relatively new, and TLLM just use some like weird deprecated shit, so documentation. Content. Astro content. Define collection. Do you remember the awkward double definition of POC? I have no idea what POC is. Proof of concept, right? Yeah, I immediately remember because it was a meme. Why every time it's like the first time? It's so weird. So making a love personal color. I unintentionally repeated the story. Terrible. Yeah, good thing I'm using start page. Wait, it's actually start page indexes Google, so I don't know why this time it showed me correctly. Okay, define collection. Define collection. The object, the string. Okay, so it's like just validation schema, right? Collection block. Okay, can I do? What if like will it be recursive? No, it will not. Oh, will it? Probably. Wait, not sure actually. I guess this scene will make it recursive, right? We can try it out. So let's remove block. About. My bad. About. Let's call it content. It's not the best name, but good enough for now. How do I do several types of files? That should be an example. Probably an array, right? I mean, that's how I would do it. You just put an array. Fuck. Okay, let's just try it out. So I do it. I'm gonna do it like that. Okay, as an option is just to convert all markdown files to MDX, and this should also work. Okay, good. Base src content content object. Don't validate it. Yeah, it's good. So here we are doing content. If rows, if you're like, let's skip that. My internet is unstable, like sometimes it just drops for a few seconds. Let's skip that, skip forward. Never mind. So like, I'm just starting things out, right? So I couldn't find in the docs what I need, right? I just want to do so. There are different files. I'm talking about the POC. Oh. Yeah, I thought that like it's weird that when I unintentionally repeated the stories and I wrote POC in start page, and it correctly showed me proof of concept and not people of color. And then I thought like, wow, at least start page shows correctly, but then like I realized start page actually indexes Google. So like, how is it correctly now and it was not correct before? And like, then I thought like, okay, it doesn't matter. Axim been clueless again, as always. Axim is clueless as always. Save it, error, could not find the about entry. Oh, where about? Oh, it's bad. It's bad. Let's remove it for now. Fuck, I need placeholder. How do I do that? How's it called? How's it called? When like I have to wildcards, right? They're called wildcards. It's not that I want wildcard for endpoints. Static file endpoints. No, not really. I want the dynamic rounds, dynamic routing. I want it based on the. I want it based on the file content, directory content. You didn't fix the comment soon. Yeah, I didn't. It was intentionally. I mean, like, it's incorrect, but who cares, right? Why would I waste another commit for removing one name, right? I would rather just like create proper pages, right? Instead of just making comment soon written correctly, right? I would rather just remove comment soon completely. That's what I'm doing right now. It's not incorrect. It's exit. Okay. Certain place API routes. Fuck, you know, I can't resist it. I can't resist that. I have to web code it. let's check what good cheap model I can find in OpenRouter. Why I said na is like Russian on. I just my brain just confused me. OpenRouter. Okay. Yeah, product of capitalism. I am. I'm the victim of marketing. I'm the victim of sales teams. Andromeda Alpha. Who the fuck is that? I'm curious. I have to check Reddit for that because I'm curious. It sounds like naming sounds similar to OpenAI models, honestly. I am too. Just show me a cool white paper manifesto. I mean, in some sense, yeah, but it's like not that bad. I mean, there are not a lot of people who want to buy white papers, right? So in some sense, you're pretty unique. You know, pricing. 0.2. And then top weekly. It's gonna DeepSeek, no, Grok. Probably Grok for fast is actually pretty good. I don't want to use Grok actually. Not a fan of XA. GLM, but it's Air. I don't want Air. Okay, so it's gonna be more expensive, right? It's free. It's gonna be probably rate limited to the fuck, like it's gonna be unusable. Okay, 0.5. Grok, Gemini. Wait, it's Flash. Grok, DeepSeek. I would rather use GLM. How much GLM costs? Fuck, it's a little bit more expensive, twice as expensive. But okay, it's worth it. GLM is really good. Like in raw reasoning, DeepSeek is pretty good, but toColin is just insanely bad, right? And GLM is pretty good. No, I don't want to chat. I just want remove it, please. Fuck. Okay, whatever. GLM 0.6. Somehow I'm paying for ChatGPT. That's ridiculous, man. Like I buy it 1 month of ChatGPT when they released GPT-5, and fuck, it's so stupid. Like comparing it in the chat and in the API, it's such a day and night difference. It's insane. Like, and I know why, because there is like So there is GitHub repo with all the system prompts, right? And there is like GPT-5 here. Fuck. Right? And the problem is, it's like 40k tokens or something like that. It's insane. Okay, not 40k. It's probably not the full. I saw a much bigger one, right? And they just like put a lot of constraints on it, a lot of like tokens, and it just gets so confused. It just can't reason about your problems, right? It just reasons about how to be aligned with what OpenAI wants. And an API in the API is just such a better experience. I feel satisfied while I use it only to correct my English. Never mind. Forget everything I said. Just Gook is amazing if you want Elon Musk opinion in your project. That was a good one. I have to steal it. Faris, I'll steal it. I'm sorry to say that, but I'll steal it. Have I deleted it or how it was? Yes, probably how it was. I just didn't finish it. Okay. I'm moving from having pages. No. Some of the pages I have in the root of content directory instead of the not particular, but like separate, not separate, there's a better word than separate. Dedicated directory inside. Okay, it's kind of confusing, but I'll just toss it. They should figure it out. You saw all the AI girlfriend and boyfriend and so yeah, I saw. Crazy in opinion. I mean, actually, like I wanted to say it's not crazy, but then I realized it's kind of crazy. I just at this point I'm just so used to see crazy scenes, I just don't consider them crazy at all. Like I just accepted the scenes that like I'm almost living in the Black Mirror, right? In a Black Mirror series. Like honestly, you just when you like put it that way, everything just clicks in place, you know? You just accept it. Like the further we go, the more it looks like a Black Mirror. Yep. Could you please help me to render all of them in a single placeholder? Similar with layout similar to about, and I want to show all the directories. Fuck website. Okay, let's see. Nope. Everything has a girlfriend? What do you mean? Have you considered like really like unironically, right? It's probably pronounced as a way in English. Like really, have you considered that there is a possibility that in future you'll have AI girlfriend? Like really, right? So like at the moment when you can distinguish the AI from a human, right? When you like communicate with it and it's like it behaves just like a human. No? No, you have not considered, or no, you would not agree to that? It's broken. It's ban, not NPM. The fuck? Okay, it's bad. It's bad. No, it's bad. let's redo it. Let's redo it. You know, maybe I should just like, instead of wasting my money on like small models, I should probably just pick something like Claude. Or should I? Let's try GPT, right? I want to try fuck. Mini one. It's actually pretty good for its size, for its cost. I mean, we'll see if it's good or not. Okay, let's see. Religion is against it, so I will not. Okay, let's see. It's so weird, like... I wonder how, in which way, like, religion is against it. No, I'm not, like, stating that it is not against it. I'm like, how it could predict that there are, like, how people 2000 years ago could predict that we will have AI girlfriends is just so weird. But maybe I'm misunderstanding something. I mean, I actually thought about it, right? And I was thinking, like, generally, right? What's the problem with that? Generally speaking, it seems like there should be not a problem. Like, if this is AI which behaves exactly like a human, right? It's probably like not a bad thing, right? And like not exactly like it pretends to be human. It's like it has the same capabilities, but it's like both of the parties conscious about the fact that it's AI, right? But I thought it's probably, you know, I would not really like it because I wasn't sure, just like based on the current trends, it's gonna be tuned to like be the best partner you could ever have, right? It's gonna like basically exploit every vulnerability you have. It's gonna be designed in a way which is gonna be like in which like nothing better than it could be, right? And it feels from, you know, it feels like I'm used, right? It's the same way as TikTok, right? So TikTok basically just learns everything about you, so they can like make sure that you like satisfy yourself in the best way possible, right? And I feel like was this experiment, you probably heard about it first, where scientists had mouse, probably or rat, I'm not sure, and they like injected some how's it called? So they basically sending electrical impulses to its dopamine receptors, right, or something like that. I'm not a biologist. When the mouse press the button, right? So when the mouse press the button, they get instant high dose of dopamine. And at the end of the experiment, the mouses were just like non-stop pressing this button until they like died of starving, right? And I feel like we are doing the same thing to us, but not like in a direct biological way. Like we are finding a way to trigger the same dopamine button without doing like direct biological interaction with our brain, right? We're just like doing it externally, and like we're moving closer to the moment when it's gonna be like literally a button without need to like inject anything in your brain, you know? And that's a thing that scares me the most. Isolation and AI can lead to a scene. So if it makes a scene easier, then it's not really good. And I like they simulate, and likely they simulate affection and understanding, but they aren't conscious, and religion discourages deceit or self-deception. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, I see. I mean, it's also, it's like a question. I was thinking about that. If it can simulate it in a perfect way, right, which like is indistinguishable from the original, how do you know if it's not like the reality, right? I mean, like for instance, we are simulating global climate, right? Climate of our planet, and because of that we can like predict weather for the next week. But what if we like improve this simulation until we can like predict not the next week but like next 2 weeks, then like next 3 weeks, then years, then 2, and at some point we can like predict arbitrary amount of time, climate at any time, And at this point, why we can say that our simulation is like exact copy of the weather conditions, right? Because like if simulation is indistinguishable from the original, from the yeah, I guess it's the best way I can put it. From the original item, why can you say that like it fully represents the original item, that it's not a copy? You know? Because simulation isn't reality. I mean, not simulation like Matrix, you know, like when you simulate something, right, in a computer, like in tested environment, the more you try to get precise outputs, the more you try to make simulation as close to original example as possible. And at some point, it's probably when it's gonna reach the point where it's gonna be indistinguishable. I would say like, I'm not sure actually, like it's just my thought. So there is a high probability that it's basically a copy of the original, right? I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like the cloud is fake, it's not a bunch of rented computers, not a real cloud. I mean, in some sense yes, but in some sense no. Let's see it, wait. What is done? Why there is an error? No overload matches. This call overload 1 of 2, can you off? The fuck? I don't get it. Why is there also an underscore here? Okay, now it works. No, it doesn't. The fuck? Doesn't exist on type. Huh? Block. Oh. It still doesn't work. The fuck? Okay, good for now. It's crazy how different the thing. Yeah, but like, okay, at this point, right? I'm just trying to like take it dry, I don't know, like philosophically. Like for instance, gravity, right? I read this from the book. Like, does gravity exist? You would probably argue that yes, right? But like, what makes it exist? What makes it exist? Just because we believe it exists, right? Before Newton, gravity was not existent, right? There was no such thing as gravity. And not in the sense that like everyone was floating around, but in the sense that gravity is like an explanation for things that happens. And it's not guaranteed that it's not the representations of things, it's just an explanation, the way for our brains to understand, to explain the scenes, right? It doesn't mean that it represents the scenes, and there's like, it could absolutely possibly be that like with further progress we'll figure out that gravity was absolutely wrong, the same way like we previously figured out that sun is not going around the Earth but other way around, so Earth goes around the sun, right? It could absolutely be the same with gravity, and you can't say like that gravity exists, right? It's just like an abstraction, the same way as clouds. It was like that's what I meant. I'm a real black or white guy, and you're really not. Huh? I feel like we could even debate about apple juice at this point. To begin with, science doesn't have a single 100% proof. That's true. Science is made to be disproven. That's true. One of my favorite examples is infinite. Is infinite just a word on what we cannot currently discover? Interesting, interesting. Why so? Like, numbers are infinite, right? And we can like prove it. Not really, actually. No one's seen the infinitely large number, right? Fuck, really? I can't. You can prove it, yeah, you can't. A good one, it was a good one. Yeah, like, philosophy in itself is such, like, it's such a cool scene, right? Like, I think it's deeply underappreciated, right? Like, the art of thinking, like, you think about thinking is just, I don't know, it's just another level, I guess. Like, personally. What is this doing? Why it doesn't work? I can't wipe code it. I was right. It can be wipe coded. Wipe coded. Fuck. Even gravity isn't proof. That's what I thought. Like, there is no such thing as gravity, right? Like, technically, gravity is just like a way for us to explain what we see around. We can't even show that what we see around is true. We can agree on philosophy, I think. Yes, yes. You're my friend. Yeah, I mean, like, philosophy is really, really interesting. I was reading this book. I didn't read it until the end because it made, I would say, it made. Like, there were some uninteresting scenes which were like spread for way too many paragraphs, and I just dropped it. And for good, I guess. Honestly, I just read what's gonna be next and call it a day. It was called The Art of The Art of Motorcycle Repair, something like that. I'm not sure. It's gonna find it. The Zen, yeah, that's it. The Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. This one. It's about philosophy. Like, it has nothing to do with motorcycle. Like, it has something to do, right? But not really. And it's okay. I would say it's like 6 out of 10, right? I wish it was more dense. It's just us putting words on things because we hate to not control or understand the sense. True, absolutely true, right? Like, that's what makes us different from animals, isn't it? Because animals don't have this desire to, like, understand things, right? For animals, things just are, right? They just are, and we want to know why things, right? And what things, and how things, and so on. Yeah. And also we have to know why I can't wipe code this update. Fuck, it's 2020. How to wipe code it? First, help me wipe code it. I don't feel like writing. Like, I'm full-time employed JavaScript developer. I don't feel like writing JavaScript in my free time, to be honest. Like, not gonna lie. I'm full with JavaScript at the job. I want to prove that everything made to happen will happen no matter what you do. That everything made to happen will happen no matter what you do. How will you prove it? Something positive once will stay positive. There is this cool thing, like, I'm reading a book right now. How is it called? The Courage to be Disliked. And it's like, it's fully opposite of what you just stated, so you probably might find it not interesting. The Courage to be Disliked. Right, there is this one, and it like, the main topic of it is, how it's called, teleology. It's pretty cool. It's really pretty cool. So teleology, finality is a branch of causality given the reasons or an explanation for something as a function of its end, its purpose or its goal is opposed to a function of its cause. It's framed really, like, not actually that difficult, but like kind of complicated. But the point, will it explain? A purpose that is imposed by human use, such as a purpose of a fork to hold food, is called extrinsic. Yeah, so like, the point is that there is theology and a theology, if I'm not mistaken. A theology. No. Not really. A theology, probably. Yeah. It's a study of causation or origination. The word is derived from the Greek word meaning given reason for. So the point is, etiology is like the thought of cause, right? So like things are happening because of the reasons, right? So like something causes, like A causes B causes C causes D, right? And it's like you can explain everything this way. And the problem with this worldview is that it's deterministic, right? So even though we can't predict it, nevertheless, by definition, it means that world is like it happens on a single timeline and it's like unchangeable, right? So everything that's is gonna happen is gonna happen, right? There's like no other way of happening in the future, which is like kind of depressive, right? And it also there's also like a thing which I realized recently. There are some ideas which are true, right? And there are some ideas which are useful, which like might probably sound a bit weird. But for instance, what's it called? Nihilism, right? It's called nihilism. So nihilism, in some sense, right? It's a family of philosophical views arguing life is meaningless. I have no, like, I'm 90% sure there is no way to prove that nihilism is wrong. I would like, I feel like nihilism is like such a belief which you can't prove wrong, right? It's like 100%, okay, not 100, I'm not 100% sure, but like, it feels like it's like a really strong belief which can be disproved, basically. Still, it's really not beneficial. Like, what is antonym of beneficial? It's harmful to believe it because it makes you behave in a way which makes your life worse, right? So it's not a beneficial belief. Although it's true, it's not beneficial. The same way with etiology. It might be true, and it sounds like it's probably really used to be true. Still, I just choose not to believe it because it's not beneficial. Etiology is a better belief, which like, in a sense, like more beneficial belief, in the sense that it defines that everything that happens, it happens because of the purpose you put in it, right? So like, you choose things to be some way, and that's because you're doing it, right? There's like some controversies around it. Like for instance, in this book, it was called like that by theology, trauma doesn't exist, right? So it denies trauma because trauma is the way for you to not. Fuck, it's so difficult. Like I'm not sure if I can put it in the words correctly. So, like for instance, if I had a trauma and I struggle socializing, right? And I can like go out and meet people, even though I thought like, oh, it's because of trauma, and if it's not trauma, I would like be so glad meeting people and so on. The explanation from theology's standpoint is that like I have a chance to fail, and I find a reason to not try so I can fail, right? So if I have a good explanation, so like if I would try, if not the trauma, I would be able to do that, right? So it's like a really comfortable set of belief. That's what theology says. And like I can say if it's like because of these controversies, right? It kind of makes sense, but also it feels kind of weird. But at the same time, it feels really beneficial, right? Like when I try to frame everything that happens in my life through it, it feels really nice. Like you. It feels like you gain a lot of agency, right? Out of thin air, which is I can't say is bad. Right? It's pretty good. Okay, let me read. Just as put in words and things, yeah, I want to prove, okay, something positive once will stay positive. Anything that is genuinely positive will inevitably happen again and again, infinitely often in any reasonable dynamic system. I'm not sure why. If something has a non-zero chance of it is reachable, I want to say that the event is genuinely possible. Okay, I mean, makes sense. In any dynamic system that evolves over time and preserves basic structure like probability, topology, or logy, any event that is possible will happen infinitely often. I mean, it like you assume that system is gonna live for infinite amount of time, which like we can't prove, right? There are like a lot of, on the other hand, like there are a lot of evidence that our universe is not gonna live forever, right? There is like great freeze and many like other explanations what's gonna happen after some longer period of time. My dear, replace theology with dynamic inevitability. Okay, in theology, events happen because of a goal or purpose, and for me, events recur because possibility forces return. Possibility forces return. I don't quite get it, to be honest. And like, I agree with dynamic system that like if it has possibility and like it's the same, like it's the same, right? There's like this thought experiment. If you like put a monkey on a like infinitely living monkey, and like how invincible monkey on a typing machine which like can break, and it will type forever. At some point, it will like type War and Peace, right? It sounds pretty similar to what you wrote, and it like makes sense. The problem is there is nothing infinite. I can prove infinity, and I don't want to. I want to prove recurrence without bound. Okay, as long as the system continues, the possible will continue to return. I'm honestly not convinced, right? Like there is something to it. Not gonna like there is something to it, but I'm not convinced. I feel like you stated, right? Okay, okay. It feels like it could be, but I don't see like real proofs of that, right? Like what makes you believe that? I was working on an algorithm to prove that. Okay, I mean, it's fun. Like the fact that they're like got this idea and you try to figure out if it works and like prove it. It's actually like so cool. Not gonna lie. I'm pretty convinced. Yeah, there is like I understand it. Like there is sometimes you just have this intuition to things, right? Which you can't explain, but you feel like they just make sense. So I feel you, right? I can get you. I feel you probably the weird wording. How would you say it? Or is it? Can you say that? It's probably. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. Yeah. Okay. You can say it that way. Okay. You can say it that way. It's a mix of proven theorems, but extended under clear conditions. I am a clear condition. Do you hear me? Anyway, it's late. I have to eat. Tomorrow I have to go on work on my job. And thank you for coming first. I will have to like figure out this thing tomorrow, I guess. Where? This. And not wipe code it because fuck, it just doesn't work. Oops. Look what I was doing when we were speaking. Like I just break stuff. I just have these like plastic pieces and I just like destroy them. Anyway, first, thank you for coming. Fuck, how do you do that? And see you tomorrow. Wait. I have to read it. Borel, Cantley, Lemas, first and second, Keck's lemma, Poincare recurrence theorem, Brickhoff, Erjodic theorem. Okay, makes sense. To say only those. Yeah, to say, makes sense. Bye bye!